Hey guys, this is your boy Kris, K to the R, to the I, to the what? To the mother effing S, aka Your Majesty, aka whatever you want to call me. Who gives a shit? I don't. Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so as you know, I'm doing this series called Ask Kris. And a lot of people ask me so many different questions over and over and over and over. And during my daily routine, I have my daily thoughts. So this is it. Anyway, so last year, October-ish, somewhere thereabouts, October-ish, I received a phone call from someone. Okay, so, obviously, 98% of my viewers are females. And I saw my phone ringing. And when I looked at the picture, it was like, when somebody's calling you on WhatsApp, you can see their photo. If they have a photo up on their thing. So when I look, it was a photo of a guy, and I'm like, oh, who is this guy? I don't know who this guy is, but you know what? The phone was ringing, and I don't answer, my love. And I said, you know what? Let me just answer it. So I answer it. And when I answered it, it was a guy. I was shocked because I don't get many males calling me like that. One would think that men would call me, but on this occasion, one was calling, but not for certain reasons. Anyway, so he was like, "Hey Kris, how you doing, man? You good?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm okay." And I'm like, I'm just amazed because this person knows who I am. And he was like, "Okay, you don't know me, but my name is." I'm going to make up a name. I'm going to give you a fictitious name, Winston. I'm just going to use that for argument's sake. My name is Winston, and let me tell you, man, you crack me up all the time. I love watching you. My girl loves watching you, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And so, okay, cool, nice. Because I thought it was one of these situations where, he's going to tell me, oh, you're doing a fantastic job, blah, 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 blah. The whole 9 yards and whatever, but obviously it wasn't that. He needed advice. So, okay. All right, so, so he started to go into the conversation. He was telling me this and he was telling me that. And I'm like, okay, you need to tell me what's really going on. So if you want my advice on something, you need to let me know what's really going on. Anyway, so he said to me, Kris, my girl loves you so much. And, I would have spoken to her girlfriends about what I'm about to talk to you about. And and I decided not to because his brethren told him that he's not supposed to do that. I said, nah, bruh, you don't want to do that, man. You don't want to do that because then the girlfriend is going to go back to your girl and is going to say this and going to say that. So you know what? Anyway, so he decided to call me based on the fact that I am LGBTQIA element of PQRSTZ. And he was basically, seeing that I have experience with certain things and I may be able to relate to things female and things male. He wants my advice. Anyway, so I'm just trying to remember everything to my recollection because during my daily thoughts today, I had so many things to do. And so he was like, yeah, I know I've watched you, Kris. I know you can, basically he was saying I can flip it when I want. I know how to talk to females, and whatever. And he was just, giving me a lot of, encouragement and and be myself and whatever. Anyway, all right, so I said, okay, so how may I help you? Because you called me and how can I help you? And he was like, all right, so let me get into it. All right, so I have this girl. I'm just gonna tell you what he says to the best of my recollection. My girl and I have been together for like a year and a half, and I fear that I'm gonna lose her. And I'm like, okay, why? Why you feel you're gonna lose her? I said, well, you know what? She's a sexy girl. When you see her walking from the back, there's a lot of times I just let her walk to the front. And when you see her walking from the back, you're just like, that's my woman right there, whatever. So he says his woman is full-figured, very voluptuous and stuff. Voluptuous. I say voluptuous when I'm reading. So if you hear me saying voluptuous, you know what I mean. She's very voluptuous. And meaning she have curves and she's nice, rounded and everything like that and whatever. And his problem with her is that she flirts a lot. Let's just cut to the chase. She flirts a lot and she dresses a certain way, even when both of them go out, you know, and they dress a certain way. She dresses a certain way. And many a times, you know, he would see other guys looking at her. And his thing is like, babes, can you not dress like that? You know, I already have you. You don't need to dress this way for man them on the road to see you and hollering at you and, you know, whatever. Because apparently he's now thinking that he is inadequate to some extent. And that's what I'm getting from him. And I'm like, but how can you feel inadequate if that's your woman? Because if you and her are together for like a year and a half, even though you two don't live together and whatever, you know, and, you know, you may have the occasional sleepover and whatever and so on and so forth, why would you feel that you're inadequate? And he said, man, listen, when you see my girl, yeah, you know, you know, you might catch feelings for her same time because it's just how she is. You know, so his problem with her is that he met her a certain way and he wants to basically for her to not act the same way she acted when both of them met. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, right? But let me try and rephrase that. Okay, so he was one of the guys that hollered at her on the road when she was single. So he hollered at her on the road and said, babes, wagwan, you look nice, you know, rare, and whatever he said at the time. And, you know, him roping the daughter and the daughter see what's up and whatever. And it just went from there to, you know, dating and seeing wagwan and all these things and whatever to now they're in a relationship and so on. So his thing is this. You know, she still dresses the same way she dresses when he met her. So he wants her to dress down. And I'm like, okay. So immediately in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so if you live by the gun, you die by the gun. So the way you met her, this is what I'm thinking to myself. I didn't say anything to him yet. I'm like, you met her like that. In her head, she is... Because I had to like calm myself down and really think about what I was going to say to him. And I'm like, but you met her like that. You know she's a full-figured woman. You know she's the type of person that want to wear skimpy outfits. You know her breasts is big. You know she want to show off her cleavage and whatever. You went and fell in love with a sexy girl. So what is your problem? You know, and whatever. Anyway, so, you know, with my quick thinking, I went back to him and I said, everything that I just said, I said to him. And he said, nah, man. You know, it's not meant to be like that, man. It's not meant to be like that because at the end of the day, you know, she's now with me, man, and whatever. And I'm like, but listen, you met this girl the way she is. What makes you think that she wants to change being, you know, voluptuous? maybe because she's full of curves, she wants to show it off. It's the same way if you're going to the gym and you're bulking up, you have chest and abs and arms, you want to show that off. So what's the big difference? And this is the thing, I was definitely trying to get through to him, like trying to push the double standards thing, that what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. But he was not getting that at all. So in some respects, he's telling me like, oh man, I want to get engaged to her. I want to marry her. This is the woman of my dreams. But every time she's on the road, she's like a Jessica Rabbit. She's so sexy. And just when men look at her, I said, but okay then. I said, let me tell you something. You went and fall in love with a sex siren. That's what you did. And me not hold my mouth or on top. Me just tell it like it is. Me say you went and fell in love with a sex siren. What did you expect to happen from that? Because you went and fell in love with a sex siren. She is a sex siren. When she go on road and put on her clothes and she stop traffic. Because maybe what you should have done is to get somebody on the lesser side to her. But then, this is the thing with a lot of men these days. They want somebody with a big titty and nice, slim Coca-Cola bottle shape. They want somebody with a Coca-Cola bottle shape. And all these different things they want. But then, when the woman is continuing to be that way, they don't like it. They want them to stop. And I'm like, bro, she's not going to stop. Because in her head, she's sexy. It's like me, excuse me, but, I tell myself, and I had to say this to him. I call myself Your Majesty. Back in the days, I used to call myself London's finest. It's not because I think that I'm the best looking person out there. It is all in the head. And you went and fell in love with somebody where everything is in the head. She knows she's voluptuous. She knows this. She knows she have her big boobs. She knows she have her slim waist and her big ass and everything. She knows that she's sexy. That's why she dressed so. So I said to him, you know what? You know what you should do? Let me tell you what you should do. What you should really do is basically love her for her and make her do what she wants to do. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people out there are in relationships and they still flirt. Oh, I'm a good looking woman, and I have my beautiful man. You don't know if that's what she is saying to you. Indirectly, that you have a prized possession here, and don't you forget it. Okay? Maybe that's what she's saying, but not in so many words. Because when you really, really think about it and you really look into it under a microscope, there are women out there that are skinny, fat, full-figured, short, tall, black, white, whatever, and they feel like they look good. There's some women out there that don't have a good set of racks up here, and then we push things up just to get the girls them up. You understand? Because them want a man for look pan them. You understand? Maybe she's that type of person. You, sir, went and fell in love with somebody that like man for look pan her. So at the end of the day, the same way you did look pan her and you get her, at the same way other man look pan her. Let me tell you something, sir. Yeah, I give it to him, And I was like, let me tell you, if you there with Smaddy and other people not hollering at them, you're not there with nobody at all. You're not with nobody at all. I'm just saying. You understand me? Look at Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Kanye West wasn't a toy boy. Let's be real. He isn't. Will never ever be a toy boy. Kanye West had Kim Kardashian as his handbag. And I am very sure a lot of you guys can agree. Because normally in Hollywood and in certain, fraternities or sororities or wherever, you may have, a cougar out there that have a younger guy as their handbag. But I believe in Kim Kardashian's and Kanye West's, storyline. Kim was the handbag. I'm just saying. So basically, your woman is letting you know that you have somebody good. She's the handbag. Behave yourself or you're going to lose her to another man. So I believe that is what she is saying to him indirectly. You have all of this. You don't need to go and look anywhere else. I love you. I chose to be with you. Other men may see me on the road and be attracted to me. Understand that this is me. I am a full-figured, sex siren type of woman. And I love my curves and I love to show off my curves. And look at the other man, hollering at me. You have something good. And I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of women and men out there like that. I'm sorry to say, I am just being real. You, sir, called me because, at the same time, he was like, Kris, I get you what you're saying, but it's, I'm like, no, but you called me and asked me for my advice, and I'm giving you my advice as to how I see fit. Maybe you're not telling me the entire story. No, I had to ask him questions like, did she cheat on you? Oh, no, she'll never ever do that. She didn't cheat on me at all. I said, oh, so how do you know that? Well, I know. So, okay, well, that's it. Your woman is just trying to make you know, say, trying about to go cheat on nobody, because if you cheat, another man will snatch me in a heartbeat, my love. And that is exactly what she's telling you. She knows, say, she have you wrap around her finger. She have you wrap around your finger. So behave yourself. If she says she want the latest something, you go get it for her, because she have you by the balls. She does have you by the balls. And she's letting you know that directly and indirectly that she have you by the balls. You understand me? There are women out there that like to put them man in them place and make them know, say, look, you risk losing all of this if you don't behave yourself. So go and do, something wrong and go cheat on me and see if me not go through the door, because she don't know, say, another man can snatch her in a heartbeat. And that is what she's letting you know. That's the only advice I could give him, because me no know the daughter. Me no know him. You understand me? Me no know. And the thing is, if had he gone to any of his friends or any of the woman's friends for advice, you know what females are like. You know what them girlfriends are like. Oh, guess what? Winston came to me and he thinks this and he thinks that, whatever, and he will never ever get nowhere. So that's why him come to me and ask me for the little advice. This was way back in October. Way back in October, Way back in October. And he did call me again. When did he call me? Or did me call him? I called him and tell him about the show that I'm doing. Yes, I called him. And I told him about the show that I was doing. But at the time, he couldn't speak. So he then called me back. And I'm saying, I'm doing this little show thing where it's like Ask Kris, and then when you ask me something I'll think about it, and then go live or post a video on YouTube and on Facebook, just to say what my determination or what my solution was, or is, after I have given you that advice, and so on and so forth. So he says, yeah, man, as long as you don't call no name and whatever and stuff like that, we're all good and whatever. But when I called him the other day, he said to me that, guess what? Everything kind of changed. Because apparently, she's now dressing down and whatever. And he said he didn't have to do anything. And I'm like, wait, so you didn't have to do anything? You didn't say anything at all? And he's like, no, Kris, I didn't say anything at all. I just noticed the change. I said, whoa, that's good. That's very, very good. So maybe your concerns at the time was nothing but just like a idiot concern. I don't know. But let me tell you guys, it's very weird that this guy did call me, and because I'm looking at it like, oh, but me and your woman, we're not friends. I could understand if she was a fag hag and she was like my bestie, and me know everything while go on and whatever, but but he felt the need to come to me and ask me, what would I do, or how, just to entertain the situation and see what could come from it. I am honored that I got the phone call and that he could really reach out to me and stuff. But as it relates to everything, I am happy to know that his girl started dressing appropriately. Maybe she finally realized that she's a big woman. I don't know. Because the one thing I didn't ask was her age. By looking at him, I assumed that she was probably in her early 30s. Yes, her early 30s. So, I don't know. The situation fixed itself, and so on. So, it's just one of them things. I just decided to dig this up out of the vault because I remember the conversation, and so on and so forth. And, by doing these topics, these scenarios or solutions or situations, whatever you want to call it, I have to talk about different things. There is so many different things people ask me about, my advice, which is to come. But let me tell you, this one, I was like, oh, because I thought he was going to say, that she was a lesbian. That is what I thought, because, that would have been so juicy. You understand me? Because, I live for these things. And I thought that, is he gonna say that she's a lesbian and that they're married? But it wasn't anything like that, as you guys know. She, there's a lot of women out there that have their ways about them, and they like certain things, because the way how he described her, she was like a full-figured Jessica Rabbit. So much of a sex siren, stilettos and slim fitting, skimpy dresses, short dresses. It's okay. Listen, if I had a woman and she was sexy as hell, I would love her to show off her sexiness. Because that's one of the things I said to him. I would love her to show off her sexiness. Why shouldn't she show off her sexiness? She's sexy. You're with a sexy woman. But I don't like when other men them look upon her. I'm like, you're not going to stop that. You can't stop other men's or man's or brethren's or strangers. They can only look. And remember, that is how you met her. That is how you met her. So think about it. You saw her and you felt it was love at first sight. And you fear that the way you met her is the way you're going to lose her. But maybe you need to get to know your woman a bit more. Not true. Maybe he needs to get to know his woman a bit more. Because you can't be, after being with somebody for like a year and a half, come on. They're not married, but you've been with somebody for a year and a half. You must know them good. They say it takes a lifetime to know somebody, but you must know them good. I'm just saying, So people, listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. There's many more videos to come. You know me, I'm always busy, working. I do not get a break. And I was meant to record this video because I did promise myself that these videos would come like every 1 to 2 weeks. I am not sure if I'm late with this one. I don't think so, but hey, better late than never. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Kris, K to the R to the I to the what? To the mother effing S, aka Your Majesty, aka whatever you want to call me. Who gives a friggin' shit? I really don't. So thank you guys for watching. Big up on yourself wherever you are, and so on and so forth. Valentine's Day is coming. Big up on yourself. Just have fun while living your life, okay? Because I am. Big up for yourself, people. My God.